What is poppin', Dark Horse Gang? Welcome back to my channel, my return subbies. And if you're new, it's your favorite Southern Psychic, Nene in the building. And today we got another reading, so go ahead and get your drinkity drink, go get your snackity snack, and let's get it poppin'. Now for my return subbies, you already know I haven't been here for like a whole week. Your girl's been kind of feeling under the weather. I haven't been feeling good for the past week. So I went to the doctor, I got some medicines, and like I'm still trucking through it, but like, you know, the show must go on. We must survive this, right? You might be feeling like this as well because there's a lot of things going on in the astral right now. So the energy surrounding today's message is all about emotional maturity. Right? It's like, okay, should I say something or should I just keep my peace and keep focused on myself? Like that's the energy that you're stepping into. With the dice roll, we have the third house in the sign of Libra. All right, so the third house is ruled by Gemini, is the house of communications and networking and things of that matter. Okay, and so Spirit's showing me, especially with Libra being here, like a shadow element of Libra is not picking sides, right? And a lot of times, like Libra can get a bad rep for that. But in this situation, this is coming in handy, okay? Because you've had people who've tried to gaslight you in situations, and it definitely feels like a spiritual warfare that you might be dealing with in regards to other people. And so Spirit's saying, don't get mad, get a bag. Kind of like that little quote from the commercials from back in the day, from Glad, okay, the trash bag commercials, you know what I'm talking about? Where it's like, don't get mad, get glad. Like that's what's given. Don't get mad, get a bag, okay? So with the topic of discussion, boo, people are saying that you're dominating, okay? You are dominating in silence is what I'm hearing. And this is a quiet power that you carry whenever you don't have to say much and you just let your actions speak for itself. I say that because we have the Magician coming through and it says creation, okay? The Magician is all about being resourceful and using everything that you got to make magic happen, okay? To make it work, make it happen, period. Now, what we have clarifying it is the third eye chakra activation, okay? So your third eye chakra has been activated. You are highly connected and very intuitive, right? And what's clarifying that is the 888 payout, okay? So 888 energy is all about like reciprocity, right? And actually, like the Magician energy is all about that as well. Like what we put out in the world is what comes back to us, okay? And so Spirit's saying you've been trusting your intuition to take the right bold actions, trusting your own magic, okay? And what's happening, boo, is that there are opportunities that are happening despite how you feel. So I'm hearing like you're in a situation where it feels like you're hitting like a brick wall, right? As you're hitting this brick wall, and it's like it feels like the wall is so thick, and like you've been going for so long, and it feels like, well, damn, you know what I'm saying? But like here's the dealio. So you're saying the detour had a purpose. We have a detour having purpose clarified with the Ace of Pentacles, opportunity, right? And so Spirit's saying that there is no problem when you are the solution, okay? So despite any detours that you've had, for example, my own life, like I got sick this past week, but regardless, like I said, the show must go on. This is all about that emotional maturity, right? It's kind of like being a parent, for example, and regardless of like what you're going through, for example, like you have a child who has a birthday coming up, let's say, right? And it's like that child, like all they're thinking about is their birthday. They're thinking about like, let's say a surprise party or the piñata or the cake or presents. And like they're in their own little world. But as the parent, like you can't just sit there and like emotionally vomit on the child or whatever. You have to keep it together and make it magical, right? And so that's the energy of that emotional maturity that I'm hearing that you're stepping into, realizing like regardless of how you're feeling, regardless of the storms that are trying to be cast your way, you're not going to give up on yourself, right? So Spirit's saying find the opportunities. There's an opportunity in this moment of growth. It's internal growth. And this internal growth is being shown on the outer, okay? So the way that you're maneuvering and connecting with people is starting to shift, right? Where you're not engaging with people's drama is what I'm hearing. And so I'm also hearing something like, you know, some people be like, oh, well, why don't you come into the family junctions, or why don't you want to answer my texts or my calls? Definitely, like I said, third house in Libra, okay? That's all about discernment and communications. It's like finding balance in your communications with other people and knowing when to set boundaries with energies that are trying to lower your vibration, okay? We also have the Novice of Clouds or the Page of Swords, curiosity. Now, this is feeling like other people being very curious about you right now because, like I said, you're currently like moving in silence, but like as you're doing this, it's like you're letting your actions speak for itself. And like all all of your success, all of your wins, like you're having it happen in public. So all you do is win, slay, and repeat, literally. And as you're doing this, you're attracting your soul tribe. You're attracting those who are meant to be on your vibe, who are meant to be on this new wave of success that you're finding, okay? We also have toxic feminine clarifying that as well. And so there are certain toxic feminine energies I'm hearing cyclical that you've experienced in the past and that you've started to catch on. Is what I'm hearing here, okay? You're starting to catch on to the cycle of dealing with certain toxic feminine energies who want to either gossip or want to make you tone yourself down, also is what I'm hearing. So like this season, you're stepping fully into this like beautiful masculine energy, right? All of your life, you've had this like natural masculinity inside of yourself, whether you're a guy or a girl, it's just an energy that you exude. Very dominant, right? Your presence is very much known when you walk into the room. Like when you come in, like people really feel your essence, okay? And so for a while, you tried to like kind of get into like a cookie cutter box just to make people feel accommodated and comfortable, right? And so like what that ended up doing is like kind of got you feel a little bit miserable is what I'm hearing. And so that's the reason why like now, like you're no longer, I'm hearing you're turning up the heat. You're turning up the volume finally, and you're like focused on yourself and focused on trying to better yourself, okay? Doing what's best for your mental health is what I'm hearing. Okay, so let these little toxic feminine energies like be curious. Let them be on the sideline watching while you over here winning, period. We also have the Ten of Clouds or the Ten of Swords, and it says endings on it, okay? So the Ten of Swords is about betrayal energies, okay? And also coming through, like you've been through a lot. You've been through the ringer. And I feel like this energy is coming through of you like stepping into this full throttle, like I said, this masculine energy of boundaries. It's also given like feminine energy that has the masculine, I'm hearing pride, right? Where you're taking pride in yourself finally and what you're doing. So you are a divine alchemist is what you are. And like you take energies and whatever bad situation you go through, you channel it into your betterment. You channel it into whatever projects that you're doing. So we have Mars energy. It says you're a fighter. Anger is your friend. Channel it into your betterment and action. Also with toxic masculine. Now this energy coming through, it does feel like in the past, this is like I'm hearing self-destructive energy that got you in these loops with these situations with people, right? So definitely in these situations, you know, we have to be accountable for like how we're showing up versus how other people are showing up. And sometimes we can get into these dynamics with people where we are subconsciously like fueling the fire to other people's narrative, other people's like story and drama. Okay, so like you're walking away from dramatic energies from people who just want to drag you down in the dirt. I'm also hearing like micromanaging you or like just like nitpicking and watching you, trying to see if you're gonna fumble, trying to see if you're gonna like slip up or like give certain information, you know what I'm saying? You remember back in the day, like when we were kids, like if this is before cell phones, right? Where we had the house phone and like you'd be talking on the phone with somebody and like sometimes some people would be messy and like they would put it on three-way talk and they would have like somebody on the other line being quiet just to try to like get information out of you and try to get you like slipping up saying something about that other person, right? So it definitely feels like really messy people that like you're shutting down this season. Like you're not playing these little games, okay, reindeer games, no boo, period. You ain't doing it. So we also have coming through the King of Cups, and it literally says emotional maturity, and it's also clarified with the Justice card, balance. Okay, so that definitely goes with that Libra energy with the scales of balance. Okay, and it's clarified with make a game plan, right? And so this is a season where you can get stealth and honed in on yourself. Sometimes you got to let people feel your silence, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes people have too much access to us, so this is something that you've realized, that there have been too many people who've had too much access to your energy. We also have stalking, obsessed with you, and watching from the bushes. So coming back to that Page of Swords energy, this is other people who are way too invested with your business. Okay, definitely could be your actual like physical business as well for some of you guys, but definitely like some people are trying to say, oh, I already know them, I knew them before they got, you know, rich and successful, or like, you know what I'm saying, like people who want to see you from an old set of eyes, but you've evolved into this very much emotionally mature individual. So for some overarching energies with some oracle cards, we have the realization card. Okay, so you've had some realizations through a dark period, because we also have the darkness card. It says long night moon. Okay, and if you see this card, it has a little rabbit and a path, right? So this is definitely showing me that, like I said, that detour was an opportunity for change is what I'm hearing. Okay, so regardless of like how it feels right now in the situation, like this taught you a valuable lesson in regards to trust and like where to like invest your energy as well with people. Okay, we also have coming through protection. Okay, so the protection card coming through here in peace, this has been a time period of protecting your peace, protecting what you're building, protecting it at all costs. And this season, Boo, you are setting the example, you are setting the tone, period. I'm hearing trigger happy, like I'm hearing some people got happy whenever they got you triggered. Like they used to know how to push your buttons, but you're no longer giving people any ammunition. It's like they thought that they knew you. They had no clue. They had no clue that you were the spiritual savage, Boo. And that's exactly what you are. Like, you are built different, period. All right, so Spirit, tell me more about this energy. Ooh, wolf in sheep's clothing. What was I saying? These individuals were not to be trusted. This is the realization that you're having, boo. A wolf in sheep's clothing. Somebody who said that they were your ride or die, or that they were there for you. All the while with that Ten of Swords, just backstabbing, not really there for you. You know what I'm saying? You have a big heart, and I feel like in the past, like it's like it's a blessing and a curse to be so empathic and wear your heart on your sleeve. But the thing is that not everybody has the big heart that you have. Moves in silence. Literally this message. You are moving in silence because you understand the assignment. You understand that certain individuals are not clapping for your success right now. Sometimes, especially if you're having like this win happen and then like you reveal certain information, it could be even to people that you didn't even think were haters. You know what I'm saying? And like you don't realize that those people that were really near and dear to your heart were actually like not happy about the fact that you were succeeding. I don't know why I'm hearing that Nicki Minaj song where she goes, I'm hearing the lyrics go, yes, I did. Please, somebody tell them who the F I is, okay? Like, literally, that's the energy that you're exuding. Like I said, like in the beginning, you have this natural, like, kind of masculine, bold energy, and, like, you're just over here like, yes, I did. Your actions are literally, like, having people floored right now. They are gagged. Especially with that protection and peace. It's like, yes, I did put that boundary up. Yes, I did say what I said, okay? Also coming back with that third house with Libra energy, like I said, communications with Libra. Like sometimes, especially with Libra people, when they're backed into a corner, I'll tell you this, like, when they're really backed into the corner and like people want to know, oh, what do you think about this? Or like, I feel like you might have spoken your piece in a situation and that was it. It was just like one and done, over with, and then like you kept it trucking. And you left them just like right there on the side of the road, like, what? Like, that's what it's given. Like, you spoke your piece to keep the peace within. That's what I'm hearing here. You used to just keep silent to keep the peace, you know what I'm saying? And, like, it would cause, like, this internal chaos, okay? And so, finally, you spoke your piece and you slammed the door. You might have blocked some people, you know what I'm saying? But you're not dwelling there anymore. That's a part of that emotional maturity, right? You take what you go through, you're like, you know what? I'm just going to be better. I'm going to focus on just growing, grinding, and getting it, period. Legal issues, bro. Okay, so it's given the scales of justice and balance and karma. People are getting karma this season, okay? Your success is big karma to some people. You just exited a chapter where all of your focus and attention was on other people and the drama, and you're just too tired. You're too old for this. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm too old for this ish. Like, I can't deal with y'all's drama no more. Always partying. This could be part of the tea on these individuals. Always partying. Always with the F you know what's. You know what I'm saying? Digging dirt. What was I saying? It feels like they were trying to catch you off guard, or they were trying to catch you slipping in a situation, looking for dirt on you, or vice versa. It feels like the other way around. Like they're trying to look up dirt on you is what's coming through here. Also about like your past. Like I said, they used to know you, but they've never known this more mature, this more radiant, it's like this dominant energy that you're stepping into that's always been there. Like this is an energy of you no longer doing the most to get people to like, like trying to prove your point or get them on your case. You know what I'm saying? Like you're no longer doing that. Boss Daddy coming through. I don't know why this card, he looks like Jordan Peterson to me. I was thinking about that the other day. Like, this card look like Jordan Peterson. Anyways, Jordan Peterson might be significant for somebody. Or you might look like him. That's very specific, okay? But it says stable, rich, business owner. What was I saying? Business owner energy coming through. Working on your business. Like I said, don't get mad, get a bag. That's the philosophy this season, period, okay? But this season, Bill, you were in your bag. Like, you were unbothered, right? I'm hearing something about the Gen Z stare, okay? I'm hearing Spirit say with that, I'm hearing self-preservation. Sometimes you just have to kind of like give people the cold stare, you know what I'm saying? And not be flinching to their tactics, okay? Because a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, like these Karens, this cock blocking coming through though. Somebody tried to block your blessings. I'm also hearing like, it's giving like evil eye energy. That's why you're moving in silence, okay? Because you recognize like certain individuals were trying to block your opportunities. Back to that Ace of Pentacles, okay? Opportunities. Not realizing that you are a survivor. You know what I'm saying? Like you're very resourceful, coming back to the magician energy. And like this is not your first rodeo. Like you can get through this. Whatever you've been battling with and dealing with, this ain't nothing compared to the things that you've already overcame. Okay? Let me just say that real quick. Jackpot, winning money, got rich inheritance, unexpected money. What did I say? All you do is win, slay, and repeat, period. And this is what's happening. They could not block your abundance, your blessings, no matter how they tried, no matter what evil eye, witchcraft, whatever they was doing, okay? Shiesty. Bro, Look, we have threatening, okay? Intimidating, threatened, and bothered, okay? That's why you would like tone down your masculine energy, because people would want to either typecast you and say, oh, you just doing the most, right? Like you ain't having it. You over here like, you know what? If my light bothers you, like that's a you problem, not a me problem. Like that's the energy you're embodying now. Part of that emotional maturity that you're stepping into is realizing that people's opinions about you, what they got to say, does not matter, because at the end of the day, you're still winning. You're still getting the bag, period. Broke ASS coming through, broke ass, that's what they is. With literally hustling at the bottom of the deck. Boo, quit playing. Yeah, we have hustling coming through, happiness hater, and we have spiritual hater. Okay, so all around just hating energy that these individuals have. And that's why you're over here moving in silence, hustling in silence, and just giving folks a show, period. Because just like the sun, you can't just tone it down because, you know, they get a little hot. You know what I'm saying? Like, they play with fire, they gonna get burned, period. But that's the thing. Like, you're not even having to do anything. You don't have to cast no spell on anybody. You ain't got to do nothing. Your ancestors, your spirit team fights your battles for you, okay? I'm here to let me show you. Let me show you why you're chosen. That's what I'm hearing here. That's what your spirit team is doing. It's literally got people like hush mouth right now. Like your spirit team is showing the world right now, like, look, you better stop running your mouth because I got all the evidence here that my chosen one, my divine child, is making it, is surviving, and is overcoming, right? We have theft coming through. Okay, beware of losses in your inner circle. Secure your valuables, okay? Bro, you got to protect what's yours. Like I said, coming back to that protection energy, protecting your peace, because energetically, it was like a thief of joy, a thief of peace, right? And it says enhance your security. So this is a time period to really be discerning on the individuals that you're letting in your inner circle. I'm also hearing like who you let in your house, okay? Your physical house and also your physical vessel, okay? We have interconnection, speaking of which, okay? So Spirit's saying trust your intuition, trust your interconnection. You are highly intuitive, and like if you pick up on the energy of folks, trust that. Trust that the first time, because people show you who they are. You just got to look at them, you know what I'm saying? Like really observe their eyes and their energy, okay? Because people show you who they are through their energy, okay? Foundation, look, a house. Bro, what the heck? Okay. It says, embrace the stability of your current setting. Home is your anchor. I'm also hearing clean your home. I'm hearing get rid of, it could be gifts from certain individuals if you don't talk to them anymore, or like you know that they're a secret enemy, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to just invite certain gifts, you know what I'm saying? Like that's one key in spirituality. You don't want to just accept gifts, especially from people you know who don't like respect you, is what I just heard. Okay, and it says, do not change your environment lightly. So this is showing me like what you got going on, this foundation. You know, Spirit saying stay secure in yourself, because people have tried to get you tripping up. They've tried to disrupt your foundation is what I'm hearing. Okay, but just like a rock, just like that King of Swords, or not King of Swords, but the King of Cups. Okay, that's an energy of being stable in yourself and not being easily swayed or emotionally manipulated is what I'm hearing, okay? These individuals, like they're pressed because they can't emotionally manipulate you anymore. Serpents whisper coming through, bro. Beware the silver-tongued serpents, for their sweetest words may carry venom. Listen, but trust cautiously. This is a time period where you don't be trusting folks, okay? Because as you're succeeding, like they can't stand the fact that you're succeeding is what's coming through here. They can't stand the fact that this is your era, this is your season, period. It's like even if they are like quote-unquote congratulating you, like I said, coming here with the wolf in sheep's clothing, okay? They are not to be trusted, boo, period. Oh, wow. Oh, that's a lot of cards. Oh my God, we had so many cards just fly out. Spirit said take them. Okay, we have new beginnings coming through. So like I said, that detour had a purpose, okay? You learned a lot of lessons, and viewing this exit strategy, coming back to that energy in the beginning where it's saying make a game plan, okay? And like Spirit wants you to go ahead and ground yourself, okay? Ground yourself, ground that root chakra, and like breathe. And like get strategic, okay? Get business savvy. Coming back to that big boss energy, because that's what you are, boo. We have all in a moment coming through, courageous choices, high stakes, and glittering debut. Okay, regardless of like the storms that are in your life, Spirit's saying that you are the anchor. All in a moment says fortune favors the brave. Whenever you're brave and you trust yourself despite like the emotional turmoil, you'll say a lot of times like there's this thing that goes around that people be saying like, oh, well, I gotta just follow how I feel. Well, sometimes you ain't feeling good. Sometimes you feel like crap, you know what I'm saying? Like for instance, for me today, like I could have just kept laying in bed, but I decided I'm gonna keep showing up for my collective because I love you guys, and like somebody needs to hear something, and this is the message for you. Like regardless of what you're feeling, what you're going through, boo, boo, you're strong enough to push past that resistance. I want you to sit down, okay? Because you're a winner, okay? And don't let the devil get in your head. Don't let these people get in your head and try to manipulate you off of your purpose. We have the core grass card. It says filter the noise, okay? So this is a time period to be discerning of voices. Be discerning of people's opinions, because a lot of times opinions are like booty holes. Everybody's got one, you know what I'm saying? And we have the support card. It says don't bear the burden alone. So boo, you have a whole support system. You have a support team, guardian angels on the other side, and ancestors who are supporting you. You take a leap of faith, boo, and boom, you being debuted, period. That ain't even a word, y'all. Y'all being debuted, okay? So what this energy, spirit? Awaken, yes. It says, sleepy siren, rise and shine. It's time to wake up. You've got mountains to climb. What did I say? It's time to wake up. You got mountains to climb. It's giving Capricorn energy. If you have a lot of heavy Saturn placements in your chart, it's not easy. Okay, as somebody who has a lot of Capricorn in her chart, I got Moon in Capricorn. I think I got Neptune in Capricorn. I got a lot of planets in Capricorn, okay? I'm all around Capricorn Scorpio in my chart, okay? Shadow work. Okay, awaken is shadow work. So sometimes like we're pushed back into a corner situations where it's like we have to like choose ourselves. We have to choose like the right path. And I feel like that's what's happened with you. And it's like this has woken up this other part of yourself back to that energy of the inner masculine, okay? This masculine raw part of yourself that stayed dormant for so long, and it's being awoken, okay? This part of yourself that's not afraid to ruffle feathers. It's not afraid to stand out and show out. Like I said, with that glittering debut, okay? So this is literally your glittering debut to own this masculine energy that you carry. I forgot to make mention we have the solo journey right here that came out as well, and it's also a wolf, okay? So we have the false wolf energy coming through with the wolf in sheep's clothing, somebody who's masquerading as something that they're not. But the thing is that you're the real deal is what I'm hearing. You ain't over here trying to be a sheep acting as a wolf. You just are a wolf. As somebody who has teeth. Okay, it's giving me back to that Jordan Peterson energy I was talking about earlier, okay? He talked about that in one of his things where he's talking about like sometimes you have to like learn how to like grow some teeth in situations, right? And to not be a passive bystander to your life. Fire, literally masculine energy all around coming through. It says a fire burned within her bones, a passion yearning to accomplish her goals. And so sometimes you just got to dig deep within yourself and muster up the courage to take that leap of faith. And when you do this, boo, coming back to the energy of the jackpot, boo, like literally you're being supported in everything that you do right now. Okay, so Spirit's giving you the green light. Oh, whoa, hold up. Okay. We have spiritual baddie. What did I say in the beginning? You are a spiritual baddie is what you are. We have empowerment. I love this card. It says, she has risen from the pit. Free to choose, fit to win. Break the stigmas, break the chains, beating heart, win the game. Followed by worthy. So this is a part of that shadow work. Like I said, people wanted you to tone it down because you carry a lot of masculine energy. And people want to say, oh, you're toxic masculine. You're doing the most, right? And like you're literally throwing that energy away. We have fire and air, which is literally the two masculine elements, okay? Heavy on the masculine energy, regardless of what your sex is, okay? The air card is all about having like a lot of divine ideas and also a lot of creativity is what's coming through here. So you are a creative genius is what Spirit's saying, and like your dreams are so worth it. It's worth the grind. It's worth the effort. And sometimes you just got to take a step back and just look back at all the times whenever you were slaying and you were killing it. You know what I'm saying? And realize like, boom, you're still that person. You're still that baddie. And regardless of like these storms that come your way, it's not going to deter you from your purpose. Because a lot of times it's darkest right before the dawn, right before the breakthrough, right? It's like right before the plant can bust through the soil and all it sees is darkness, right? And it has to go a long ways until it gets to the top and finally reaches the top of the soil. So this is what's happening. You're at the breakthrough moment right now. And as you do this, as you fix your crown with the worthy card, Spirit's saying like you're literally putting all these snakes, all these sheep's and wolves clothing to shame, period. They big mad because you're not playing the victim. They're big mad because you're not feeding into their little narrative. You're not answering their calls or their text messages. Like the block button is your best friend. It's given like viewing relationships is kind of business transactional, right? Are they providing for you? Are they adding value to you, right? Then cut them off, period. We have Lilith independence. We have independence twice in this reading with the lone wolf, now Lilith independence, okay? And so Lilith energy, like I said, shadow work, shadow energy coming through here. And sometimes you're going to have to walk this path on your own, and that's okay. Sometimes you're going to have to be your own cheerleader in situations. You know what I'm saying? Like talk to yourself, talk to your guardian angels, okay? Because that's where your strength's coming from, okay? Ugh. new beginnings. I think we have new beginnings like 3 times in this reading now, okay? So it's new beginnings, and it's the spring energy as well, okay? So like I said, right before the springtime, it's winter, right? So you're breaking out of a winter phase. You're coming into full blossom this season, okay? This is a time period of your full becoming, where you're no longer holding back this masculine energy inside of yourself. And a lot of times, depression is anger turned inward, right? And whenever we finally like admit the truth and how we feel about the injustices in our life, it's like, all right, what are we going to do about it? Literally, the sun is coming through in this message, okay? So, like I said, you can't sit there and try to tame the sun. The sun's still going to shine regardless of the clouds. Regardless of the cloudy day, the sun's still going to shine, period. And we have adaptability. So this season, it feels like, you know, you're being adaptable, and like it's like you're being tested right now, okay? And as you're being tested, you're getting more skill development is what I'm hearing. And we have Hecate coming through here. So we have Lilith and Hecate. Heavy on the dark feminine coming through, but it's with the sun, which is showing me that this part of your dark feminine energy is being brought forth into the light right now, okay? Back to that shadow element we had earlier, okay? And so this shadow element of Lilith and Hecate, this is like honoring like who you are regardless of what they say. Sometimes you're going to have to be the bad guy in somebody else's story. That's okay. Just as long as you know that that's not the truth. The truth is that you're a beast, okay? And you're no beast of burden, period. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is what it's given. You were heavy in your like feminine energy. People thought that you were naive in the past, okay, because we do have Persephone and experience coming through, right? But we also have coming through Parvati, devotion with nurture with the past. This is coming together, saying this is like the past energy that you were embodying, which is like this nurture, somebody who's always available to certain energies, right? And you're no longer in that energy anymore. People used to say that, oh, you're like that Persephone energy where you're a lot more naive and like, you know, saying like humble and sweet. But the thing about her is that she went to the underworld, you know what I'm saying? And like, that's your archetype. Like, you were a sweetie who was brought forth into this world who learned how to become tough, okay? So you have this like beautiful balance between like, you do have the sweet side to yourself, but you also have this teeth, like I said. And the world tried to beat the light out of you know what I'm saying, with that sun energy. So they were used to this energy of like how Parvati was devoted, you know what I'm saying? Like, she represents more of the lighter side of the divine feminine, kind of like a Virgin Mary energy. And so it's like you're going from being like Virgin Mary energy to like Lilith energy, which is kind of like polar opposite, right? And I'm hearing you're kind of like playing the part, you're playing the role as kind of like the bad guy. And truth be told, you know what I'm saying, like nice guys finish last, and that's the truth. You're not here to sugarcoat things. You're not here to play nice. You're here to succeed. You're here to get the bag and win. And anyone and anything that tries to disrupt or dismantle this progress that you've made is now a liability, okay? Like, you have people who are literally walking liabilities trying to like dull your sparkle. But what they didn't realize is that all that pressure has woken up the inner beast, period. So big guidance for you. Continue to move in silence and not reveal all your cards. Block the people you gotta block right now to keep the peace within yourself. Is what I'm hearing here. And have discernment on individuals' energies, definitely, okay? It's kind of like that Cat Williams skit. Ooh, Lord have mercy, confirmation. Okay, that Cat Williams skit where he's talking about the tiger that's in captivity, and like it forgets it's a tiger, you know what I'm saying? It's like, am I really a tiger? I don't feel like a tiger. Maybe I'm just a ferocious ass koala bear. Like, no, boo, you a freaking tiger. Like, these people had you all the way effed up, okay? So we have shelter coming through. I'm hearing that song, you don't give me love, you give me pale shelter, okay? So it's given, like, you got it, like I said, self-preservation this season, finding shelter within. We have fate coming through. So everything that you had, like I said in the beginning, all the detours had a purpose. You got to view it that way. Otherwise, you're going to lose your mind. We also have ascension. So awaken and ascension coming through, transformation, end of a cycle, and beginnings. Yet again, confirmation. All of these detours, all of these obstacles that you went through were literally catapulting you into your greatness, into your purpose. Yes, look, bro, we have the rider. Dark Horse Gang, right up, period. I love it. It says movement, quick decisions, and progress, okay? So you're being stealth. You're the Dark Horse Gang, period, is what you are. It's giving, we ride it down, bitches. Like, period, yes. Oh my God, that was so aggressive. The sorcerer, that's why. Ambition, willpower, creation. Like I said, masculine energy, fire and air. You are a divine sorcerer, sorceress is what Spirit's saying. Magician vibes, okay? So Spirit's saying use what you got. Use all this like negativity to your betterment as fuel, okay? Use that haterade fuel, boo. Oh my God, these cards. We have surrender, letting go, trust, and expansion. So Spirit wants you to trust this flow. Trust the process. It ain't going to be smooth sailing all the time. You know what I'm saying? But you got what it takes. You got a support system, boo. You don't realize how supported you are right now. Like, your spirit team is like, keep going. Don't stop. Because what you got going on is special. And you're having major breakthroughs, boo. We have conjurer. So we have divine, like, just like powerful sorcerer energy that you have inside of yourself. Higher self, fertility, and creativity. Okay, so you're conjuring your best life this season. I'm seeing all these pinnacles, okay? Literally, it's given, like I said, don't get mad, get a bag, period. It adds up to 10 pinnacles. It's giving me 10 of pinnacles energy coming through for you. Bottom of the deck, prosperity. Y'all heard me. I didn't even see it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Don't get mad. Get a bag. You getting it, boo. Wealth, contentment, and abundance. This is what you're sitting here. You're attracting this. I'm like literally like speechless right now. I'm tripping, y'all. And we have discernment, critical thinking, and insight. Specters. It's giving me spectators. We already talked about this before, okay? You got two people in society, spectators and spectacles. Which one are you going to be? You'll be a spectacle because that's what you are, boo. Let them keep spectating, period. Let them keep trying to dig up some information on you because they wrong, okay? So let's go ahead and get you some final advice. We're going to pull some Moonology affirmation cards, okay? We have New Moon in Libra. Okay, coming back to the beginning with Libra energy. Know you are loved, okay? So Spirit wants you to know that you are loved. You are divinely supported. Continue to surrender. And those who love you with all their heart, like, lean on that support system. Like, love those who love you is what I'm hearing. And we have last quarter moon in Pisces. Talk less, feel more. Confirmation. Talk less, move in silence, feel your way through this, okay? Trust your intuition, okay? That's what I'm hearing. Listen to your first mind. Not the second time, the first time, period. What is this card? And we have, first quarter moon in Gemini. Speak your world into being, okay? So you're redirecting, coming back to the air card, which is all about thought and also voice, okay? So you're speaking words of affirmations to attract abundance this season. Everything that you're manifesting right now is happening. Keep going. You got this, boo. Bottom of the deck, we have last quarter moon in Libra again. Make time for self-love. Wow. Heavy on the Libra energy. So Spirit's saying things are being balanced right now. So let people get their karmic justice and retribution happen to them. It's definitely feeling like karma happening is what I'm hearing. So let karma work out and do what it has to do. Sometimes you be picking up on other people's karma that ain't none of your business is what I just heard. So if people are walking around like a little dumpster fire, let them be a dumpster fire. Don't be over here trying to be a firefighter and put it out just for them to light themselves on fire again, okay? That is not your circus, not your monkeys, period, okay? So this is a season of self-love. Building yourself, building your prospects, okay, boo? And regardless of how things feel, how you feel, or how things seem, Spirit's saying that what's actually happening is that there's making space for prosperity and abundance in your life. So especially, let's say, if like you got fired from a job or you quit a job or something like that. There's the perfect job with higher pay is what I'm hearing that is going to value you. That's another thing about self-love. Know you are loved and make time for self-love energy, okay? Sometimes, like, the hard thing to do is the best thing to do, okay? That's what Spirit's saying. So whenever you love yourself, you value yourself on a higher level, you're not going to sit there and tolerate just breadcrumbs, either from a job or a relationship, whatever. So Spirit's saying know your worth, then add tags, okay? And let people come to you correctly or not at all, period. All right, so that's 3.5 for you, darling. I love you so much. All right, so if this reading resonates, feel free to like and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell so you don't miss out on that juicy content. Okay, we keep it real. All right, and be a part of the Dark Horse gang. Okay, we keep it lit over here, period. Okay, so I love you so much. I send you so much love. You got this, boo. Until next time, you have a blessed, wonderful day. Ta-ta.